Do you want to grow colossal squash this year? Well, it all starts with the right seeds. For butternut Sasquash squash, try saying that 3 times fast. You're gonna want to direct sow them in a space where they get full sun and they have plenty of room. I think they'll need more than this. Not quite. Now we're talking. Oh, my squash has sprouted. My butternut Sasquash squash from Ferry-Morse is finally starting to grow. And look at the size of these leaves. They're huge compared to my other squashes. To make sure my squash grows its absolute best, I planted it in this bed with fresh compost and in full sun. And this baby squash is just getting started. Once it really takes off, it's gonna have all the support it needs with this arch trellis. So my squash be squashing. Seriously, it's growing. It has a lot of beautiful green growth, but it's been growing for like 2.5 months and it's only put out male flowers. Now I'm all for male flowers, kissing on male flowers, but I need a different kind of fruity. No female flowers means no fruit. It's time to try a few things and help it out. I feel like what it really comes down to when anything is producing fruit, it needs energy. It takes a lot of energy to produce a female flower and a fruit. It's creation, it's birth. So what I'm gonna do is help my squash refocus that energy into the right places. So we're gonna prune. She's putting out a lot of runners, and that's really pretty and all, but that's not where I want that energy to go. All these runners be sucking her dry. Energy. Look at this. I want her to go up this arch. Look at where she's going. She ain't got no business over here. See, you doing too much, babe. Come on. Oh my God, you're so big. Oh my God, it's bigger than I thought. Come on. Come on. Energy. Energy. All right, she's looking cute. She's looking contained. But we're going to take this a step further. Now, since we have so many male flowers that we do not need, we're going to chop them off. Bye, bye, bye. Boop. Now, the last thing I'm going to do is feed her. You know, when a lady's pregnant, she needs to eat a lot more because she's eating for 2. Similar concept. So I'm gonna feed her something that's richer in phosphate and potassium because that helps with overall fruit production. And lucky for me, I grow this beautiful plant called comfrey and I make a fertilizer out of it because it's very rich in phosphate and potassium. Now, word of caution, this smells absolutely horrendous, but it's good shit. This stuff is pretty strong, so I use like 20% fertilizer, 80% water. Now we feed it straight to the root. Look what happened. We got a female flower. You can tell it's a female flower because there's a little fruit attached. Unlike the male flower that doesn't have any fruit attached. Oh, look at the size of this one. Oh my gosh. That is so big. Abundance. And here's another one. And another one. But this one's so tiny. This flower looks like it's gonna bloom any moment. So I wanna wake up nice and early and make sure this gets pollinated.
My flower is open.
My squash flower, that is. This is the first female flower that this squash has put out, so I want to make sure that it gets pollinated well. The female reproductive organ of these flowers is called the pistil. And the pistil is made up of 3 parts: the stigma, the style, and the ovaries. The stigma is this fleshy, bulbous part here, and that is what gets pollinated. That's what receives the pollen from the male flower. Then it travels down the tube or the style to the ovaries, which activate the fruit. Then once it's successfully pollinated, that's when the fruit starts growing and the seeds start forming inside the fruit. And that is plant reproduction. At least for squash. A lot of plants do a lot of their own things. Now let's pollinate. First, I'm going to snip off a male flower. Now I'm going to trim off the excess flower so that only the male reproductive organ or the stamen is all that's showing. Pardon me. This is where babies come from. I'm going to remove all these other little petals and leaves because this will get in the way of all the action. Now we take the stamen and rub it against the stigma. Do you mind? Thank you. And then you just gently rub their bits together. And to make sure we really pollinate this fruit, we're gonna do this a few times. Excuse me, my dear. Good luck, babe. She's not looking very demure. Super thick base, but very small tip. It's starting to look kind of suspicious. Is this normal? Ooh, now this one is looking very demure. Like literally, it's growing perfectly. Not the squash bug. Absolutely not. Bah! They're laying eggs everywhere. Well, I saw this neat little trick. And all I need is some duct tape. Now it's a cute idea in theory, but let's see if it actually works. Go. Oh snap! I mean, you have to press it a few times, but oh my god, it works! Now I just gotta do it for all of it. On the plus side, it is really satisfying. Oh my gosh. Hell yeah. There's a party down here. Absolutely not. And when you're done, just throw this into the pits of hell. Now to deal with them actual buggers. You've had your fun. Now feast, my children. What is happening? So like the bottom half is definitely not growing, but the top half still is. I self-pollinated the squash and people are saying this is because of poor pollination. I've created a monster. Here's the tea though. Whatever this is, I don't think this will ever really turn into like a mature, yummy squash. Well, it's just taking up a lot of energy right now. But we got this squash here that's growing beautifully, and I'd much rather put the energy here. She must be sacrificed. I'm sorry. It's definitely starting to grow faster now that I sacrificed the other one. I think it's time we name you. What shall we call you? Oh, God. There is a party happening on the squash. Yes, I think these are assassin bug larvae. Not their adult form just yet. The adult forms are much bigger. I'm actually really happy to see them. Now, they can look very similar to squash bugs in their adult form, but assassin bugs can actually be really beneficial in the garden. They don't call them assassins for nothing. They can actually eat quite a wide range of pests, like aphids, flies, and mosquitoes. So I'm just gonna let y'all do your thing. All right, now the squash is starting to look tragic. Ugh, a dig gold. Don't be afraid to get in here and clear the decay. Oh, not you again. That is squash bug. Oh! Clearing away these decaying leaves is a great way to prevent pests from taking hold and prevent powdery mildew. It allows more air to pass through by clearing up passages for the air itself. There is a wild Winston hiding in the garden. Hi, Winston. Okay, bye. Can't be bothered. I've been deceived. Remember these little guys? Well, apparently they are not assassin bug nymphs. After my last video, I went to the Google just to confirm if these were truly, in fact, assassin bug nymphs. They're not. These are assassin bug nymphs. These are imposters. These are actually leaf-footed bug nymphs. And those aren't good for a garden. The deception. The betrayal. But hey, I can't blame myself because they look freakishly alike. It's time I took matters into my own hands. I made this little solution of water, neem oil, and dish soap. These little guys can actually eat crops, so I'm sorry. My squash is getting really big. I'm also growing the squash on this cattle panel arch because one, it's beautiful, but two, it provides amazing support for the squash. I did not anticipate these gourds getting this big. And this is heavy. I'm scared that any day now, the weight of this fruit is just gonna be too much and it's gonna snap off. I've already had a big fruit on this plant in particular, and I tried using this mesh canvas bag as like a hammock for it, but after a day or two, the fruit started to rot. Could have been because of the bag, or it could have also been because of blossom end rot, which happens to plants when they have a calcium deficiency. Out of fear that this might have like suffocated the fruit on top of the calcium deficiency, I'm still gonna hammock my fruit, but I'm also gonna fertilize before I do it. Just sprinkle it at the base of the plant and work it in. Okay, we're gonna support this fruit again, but this time I'm using pantyhose. I feel like this will offer amazing support without suffocating the fruit. Over. I'm gonna leave a little bit of slack so it doesn't create too much pressure and potentially hinder this from growing. The things we do for our plants. Hi, Bruno. Don't eat my squash. You gonna eat my squash, Bruno? You gonna eat my squash? So the fertilizer that I used did have calcium in it, and that helps with blossom end rot. And I think with this added support, we're gonna be just fine. I hope. Oh, check out this squash. Oh my God. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. And the pantyhose are holding up really well. It's definitely gotten bigger since we strapped it in. Oh, I almost forgot. We've officially named her. Everyone say hello to Butternut Bertha. May the odds be in your favor. Bertha. Bertha gets bigger every day. Slay, Bertha. Ooh, we could use some maintenance under here. We got so many extra arms. Bye. Look at all this arm. Bye. Doing the most. I see you sneaking around down here. We need this energy elsewhere. Pardon me. Oh. Ah. We got leaf-footed nymphs. Ah! There's a lot going on in here. Morning glories are very beautiful plants, but if you do want to introduce them to your garden, let this be a warning. They get kind of crazy. They can overtake a space. Ew. Gotta clean up over here too. Oh, I see you trying it, squash. Not on my watch. Another one. This one has a fruit. All right, you know what? I'm gonna let you stay. God. It's going on over. Oh, Christ. Oh, this is too much. This is too much. I need this energy for Bertha. Slay, squash. Oh no, more nymphs. Bye. You really did not have to stunt on them like this. This is enough squash to feed a village. And there's more. More. Oh my God! Big Bertha is enormous! And she just keeps growing. And I still don't see any signs of her ripening. And we got children! Oh my goodness. Oh my God. The single mom who works 2 jobs. Oh my gourd! She's enormous. I think she's officially capped. So now I'm just waiting for her to ripen. Bertha, I'm gonna need you to hurry up.
Daddy's hungry.
Hold up. I think this one's bigger than Bertha. Oh, you are bigger than Bertha. What am I gonna do with all this squash? And she keeps putting out more. You gotta be shitting me. Look who was hiding over here. Another one! The squash did not come to play this season. My garden! My neighbor said a storm was coming. Nobody said anything about a hurricane. A hurricane in Tennessee. Bertha! Oh, okay, babe. You survived. She's looking good. She's looking good. But still not ripening. Agatha! Oh, all right, you look good too. Where's Meredith? Oh, damn, Meredith. You're getting huge too. Bertha's got competition. Are you kidding me? We got another diva. What should we call you? We shall call you Mildred. So we got Mildred, Meredith, Agatha, and Bertha. It's the Gordon girls. See what I did there? Gordon. You get it.
Winter's coming.
Bertha, I'm gonna need you to hurry up. Your plant is getting crispy, girl. She has been looking dusty. Agatha, I'm rooting for you. Come on, you got like a month before frost. I don't know. Mildred's looking a little sus. But Meredith, she's looking big and beautiful. I know you lying. She is really trying to push out another one. Whew. Focus, Brian. Bertha! Bertha! You are bursting at the seams. My guard. It dropped to 33 last night. That's almost freezing, but definitely enough to do some damage. My squash! No! Bertha! You're okay. Oh, that was too close, girl. We are harvesting you today, Agatha. Okay. All right, it seems that they are far enough matured that the cold didn't impact them. Our girls are tough. Wow, even her leaves look good. Thank goodness. This might be the biggest squash I've ever grown. And don't even get me started on Agatha. Now, usually you want to wait until your butternut squash gets that really nice beige tan color. But Bertha has been on the vine for months. Months. And she still hasn't changed colors. And considering we've gotten our first few frosts of the season, I'm not risking Bertha out in the cold anymore. It's time to harvest. I'm gonna miss her. Oh my God, her stem is so hard. I gotta saw her up. Oh. Oh. Bertha. She's beautiful. Hey, babe. I feel like I just gave birth. I birthed Bertha. But I'm not stopping there. Agatha. It's time. Oh my. Oh. My Gordon girls. Abundance. What do I do with all this squash? Let's go, girls.